welcome to another Picky's Travel Adventures video. This is our Shakedown 2 trip in our van after we got the way done. So I'll show you the back of my car now. It's empty. That's the lithium battery and the DC and some controls which I'll have to mount in a box. I'm thinking of putting that up the back there, and the air compressor as well. I'm thinking of going up the back there. And that's all I have. Minimal tools, nothing. Skid, pump. Now it's empty. It's empty.
There's nothing in it.
It's empty. Well, not quite empty, but almost empty. Yeah, we've pulled the drawers out, and those ARB deep drawers and the frame totaled 100 kilograms. That was 100 kilograms for convenience.
Yeah.
Basically.
But it's okay if you're like a worker and you need those drawers, like.
Yeah, the car by itself with the drawers is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, we're only 9 kilos over, which was nothing really.
Yeah.
But in towing the van, it chews up a lot of kilos, so we had to get rid of quite a bit of stuff, and the drawers had to go. So at the moment I have no air compressor. I have very basic tools. If anything breaks down electrically, I don't think I can fix it. I can't fix it because I don't have my soldering on, we don't have my test multimeter.
But you are going to put those things back in.
Yeah, I'm going to work it out. I'm actually, because we also drain, because at the moment we're staying in a caravan park at Grassy Heads, which is a bit over an hour north from our home. A beautiful little caravan park.
Oh, it's lovely.
It's like it's called a hidden gem, you know. Mm. It's a council-owned caravan park. They own the 3 caravan parks along this bit of coast. What was I saying? Yes, this is a very small caravan park. There's only like 50 spots, if that.
Yeah, but you can bring your dog. It's dog friendly.
It's a dog friendly place.
Yeah. And the amenities are lovely.
In fact, there's a van up there near the amenities that has 3 dogs.
Yeah.
2 really big ones.
2 Shar-Peis and a little Pomeranian.
Little Pommy.
Yeah.
But I'll show you some videos shortly of just around the place. And then we'll show you what I've done to the van. So I did a couple of rush jobs. I've put some boxes on the back of the caravan. And these are the 2 boxes I hurriedly put on the back of the caravan. They were cheap. So this one's got the pegs and stuff in, but I'm going to pack that a bit better. It doesn't have a very good seal, so I'm going to get a better seal put on there. And it shakes a little bit, so needs a strap down there. Bit of an angle to give it some strength, because they're very, very flimsy little boxes, very lightweight aluminium checker plate. We've also ordered a cover for our bikes. That didn't come in time, so that'll come next week probably. And so when the cover comes, we'll be able to put the seats back on and the carry bags on the back of the bike, so I won't have to store them anywhere.
Yeah,
so they can stay on the bikes. But yeah, so that got a bit of stuff out of the truck. So how are you enjoying the caravan?
Oh, it's just too easy. It's just it's lovely. When you go from such a small caravan like the 13-foot where we couldn't really get dressed together, and Alistair used to have to go outside, and it was just, like, you can just open the cupboard and your clothes are there instead of, it's just so good, isn't it? Yeah. It's just too good, actually.
You just get out of bed, stand up and open the cupboard, and there's all your clothes laid out.
And
undies, shorts, shirts.
The fact to have the full fridge where you can just open it and see what's in there, instead of having
to dig into it.
The box where your fridge was, and then you had to pull everything out of it to have a drink, and then put everything back in it, and it's so just so easy.
All the cupboard space we have.
Oh.
I mean, this is this is a pop top, right? So we do
Yeah.
not have the cupboard space that the full size vans have.
No, no.
But we have heaps.
Oh,
Absolutely
there's so
heaps
many
of space.
heaps, yeah, of cupboard space. We have everything. Like, we haven't really put anything.
We still have empty cupboards.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Little corner cupboards got nothing in them.
Yeah, no, they don't have anything
And there's a space
in there.
under this seat that we could put something in. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bit harder to get to.
Yeah.
But
yeah, with those corner cupboards, they have nothing. I think that one has can of spray in it. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, that was
so
insect
you can
spray.
access that from the outside. So if
Yeah.
you're outside, you can get a can of spray and. Yeah, it's just, and we end up having a shower in here last night
that's
as
right,
well.
yes. Yeah.
I didn't want to turn the water off. It was so lovely and hot and
Now,
yeah.
just to fill you in,
I used all the water.
we have one of the
Hot
new old, because they used to be in the vans, but they went
Ah.
to the Instance, and the Instance ended up being a failure. But they've gone back to the 240 volt and gas. So they're your two sources of heating in a is it 10 or 15 litre hot water system?
I think
can't
it's 15, isn't it?
I can't remember. But anyway, Miss Madam here
Had a
forgot that she
shower.
was in, she thought she was at home. In the shower, boom, boom. Oh, it's my turn, okay. She said, I couldn't get out.
I
Right?
couldn't get out.
So
it
I
was
get in
just
there,
too
I wet
nice.
myself and I run out of hot water. But, yeah,
I told him he could have the first shower tonight.
but
Then I'll wait 20 minutes.
I
to have a shower.
actually thought that if I turned it down to hot water only,
No, you can't. It's too hot.
no, when after you've emptied the tank,
Oh, yeah, you
Right.
probably could have.
it'll be warm enough to
for you.
Yeah, the 240, so we're on 240 here. So the 240 volt seems to be enough because it wasn't cold when I ran out of hot water, it was just sort of lukewarm.
Yeah.
But if I bothered to think in my head to turn the lever over to more hot, I probably would have been still hot enough to have
Yeah,
my
because the
shower.
water is really hot, isn't it?
and use
it's
it-
so
yeah,
lovely.
yeah.
I love hot water.
I've
Yeah.
actually got underneath the van. There's a thermo mixing valve. Now, if you don't know what that is, the hot water system at home, any hot water system installed after some year, 2000 or something, in a home has to have a thermostatic mixing valve. And what that does is it takes the hot water and it mixes it with cold so that you get a maximum of 60 degrees water coming out the taps so people don't burn themselves. Now they've got them in the caravan. So there's one underneath where the
bed.
hot water system is,
Yeah.
under the floor. So if you crawl underneath, have a look, you see these pipes coming in and out of it and a little device. I popped the cap off that and I turned it down so that it mixes more cold water into the hot water.
But it's still hot.
So, but it's still hot enough to wash up with, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you've got to put
yeah.
gloves on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I could-
it's really hot.
So my logic in doing that was you don't have to spend so much time in the shower mixing the hot and the cold, getting the temperature right before you're wasting all
But
your
it
water.
comes out virtually straight away hot.
I can't
Yeah.
believe how quick it comes out.
Yeah, I know.
mean, the cross track was never like that.
No, the cross track was never like that. It took forever.
The cross
Well,
track
actually,
was-
we never even really used the hot water in the cross track. We used to always boil the kettle.
Yeah, that was for washing up.
Yeah,
but when we
yeah.
had the shower,
Yeah.
we'd turn the hot water system down to our temperature, and they'll just use the hot water
Hot
only.
water
but it
only.
still would come out cold for about.
Yeah, whereas
bit.
this, yeah,
It's like,
you turn it on and it's cold for a fraction, and then all of a sudden it's hot. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's really lovely.
I wonder if they've
It's lovely.
I wonder if they've got diverters in there. I don't know.
I don't know, but it's really lovely and hot. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll show you I'll show you a few pics around the caravan park.
Yeah, it's really lovely up here.
Yeah,
It's,
we're here for 4 days,
Yeah.
and it's lovely and still at the moment. It's supposed to get to 31 today, and
But it was really, really windy last night.
yeah,
wasn't
windy,
it? Yeah.
and we looked at the wind forecast, and again about noon the wind comes up
Yeah.
and then dies off about 10. So yeah, we had to put the awning in because I don't have an anti-flap kit, and I'm not going to get one
No,
because they are heavy buggers,
very, very heavy.
and because everything's inside, if the wind comes at windy, we just put the awning in.
Oh.
What's the problem?
No, and it's so easy, like, to do it. It's
Yeah.
just, the caravan is just a breeze. It's just so easy.
Yeah, coming up the
Yeah.
expressway, I was At the moment my cruise control is not working in the Navara. It's to do with the new head unit I put in. I have to program the steering wheel properly. So I was cruising between 80 and 105 yesterday on the way up, just depending on what the road was like. And sometimes you didn't even know the van was there.
I know, that's what I said. You couldn't even really feel that.
When it came to that hill,
oh yeah,
coming
cool.
up Kundabung,
yeah, of course.
yeah, okay,
I
had to go back. I had to go back to Forth to climb that hill, but
yeah.
But the guys in the Rangers did the same thing. They said they had to go back, go back a year. So it's going well.
Yeah.
I really love this
happy,
thing.
really happy with it.
It's so different. It's so different. It's
so nice.
It's so much easier.
Oh.
Everything is easier.
Yeah. It's not funny how the cross track was.
Yeah,
I mean, we seemed like two.
Like we moved from the hard floor camper to the cross track, and that was a lot easier. And this is easy again.
Yeah.
I can't believe the difference. You know,
it's so easy to set up.
A caravan.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, we're in.
We're in. Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
Get a bit wet.
Yeah, we're going to have some breakfast.
That's right.
We'll have breakfast.
Miranda can't walk unless she
I can't
has.
walk without breakfast.
I'm a bit the same. I've got to
Well, I
have something
said
to eat.
that to Alistair. Let's go after breakfast. Did he
It's
want to
gonna
do
be
that? No, now I'm dying of thirst. Yeah, didn't take our hats and it's hot.
Didn't take your hats.
Because you know what, he's like, full of the gate. Let's go. You got to go now. Right now.
Did you get that on tape, Alistair?
Yeah.
We've done our domestic.
Here's Pixar, waiting patiently for a shower. Yay! And it's a cold shower, Pix.
Bruce?
Just one, thanks, thank you.
Nearly caught two and we've had to call her off.
So here we have Miranda and Bruce and Pixar. And you've had your breakfast?
We've had our breakfast.
Always first thing.
You had breakfast before you went for the walk?
Miranda wouldn't make it if we went for a walk.
Excuse me.
And I possibly wouldn't either.
No, thank you.
Oh, okay. Need a bit of energy.
Yeah.
And over to here we have Jenny and Paul, who are having breakfast after their morning swim.
Yeah, always nice. Have it after the swim.
And muesli and bananas and fruit for Jen.
Aren't the peaches beautiful at the moment?
Divine this time of year.
They are. Same fruit season.
And what was the water like, guys?
Oh, perfect. About 25.
Yeah, well, I felt with the
It
feet.
was, wasn't it? It was
all
really
day
Yeah,
warm.
just beautiful.
I was
Clean.
surprised how warm it was.
I'll go down later on.
Still full though, isn't it?
Yeah.
High
High
tide.
tide.
High tide.
Low tide's at 3 o'clock today. So we'll go for a run then. Yeah, low
There was
tide
a
would be
man
better.
he was fishing this morning, but he said it was too rough.
Yeah, we thought we'd fish on the tide going out. So, sorry, yeah, the tide turning and then coming back in. About 3:30.
That's 3 o'clock. 3:30.
Because the waves were a long way out, weren't they? It was
Yeah.
a lot of wash area.
Yeah.
So it'd be very hard to fish off the beach.
Good
Yeah, at the
body
moment.
surfing,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Really
Gotta wait.
good.
Better to do it when the tide, the bottom of the tide when it's turning. That's the best time to fish. Fish can throw it out a bit further. Yeah.
So you guys recently just came back from Cape York,
We did.
and how was that?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mm.
Great. Worth doing. Making sure though, if you go, that you've got the right car, right van, and you're prepared to get scratched up a little bit.
Scratched up and a bit dirty.
Yeah. You've got to have the right gear. Because the corrugations were brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully this season might be better because I think it hadn't been graded for about 2 years, so it was pretty bad. But they're talking about regrading this year, so if the wet season doesn't last.
I did hear they were going to tar it up to the Wenlock.
Yeah, well that'll make it a lot more people.
It'll be more touristy.
More touristy, yeah, that could be good and bad, that, because it'll get more people up there and the rest of the road will get worse.
Yeah.
More traffic.
More traffic, yeah.
Yeah, and the diehards will still want to do the telly track.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Interesting.
And that's why they didn't grade the road at the Cape, because of the extended wet season. They normally do it in between.
Yeah.
Wet season tourism. There was no time this year, so they just had no time to grade it, so it got worse and worse.
Yeah. Well, you said the corrugations were worse on the way back after a week of being up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely worse. Yeah. Everybody said the same thing too, that we, to come back. You know how you stop in different camp spots on the way back,
get all
and
the
then
gossip.
you get all the gossip. They've all done similar things to you.
So,
People that are heading up there.
Miranda and Bruce, you've got a Jayco AllTerrain, which is a year and a bit old, is it?
Yeah, just over a year.
13 months.
13 months old. So how do you like your AllTerrain?
Love
Oh, we love it.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a few issues with it, but I think you get that with a lot of
Tiny
things.
things, only tiny.
Yeah, but it tows well. I mean, the Ranger tows it well.
So which model is that? Which, it's a 17 footer, is it?
17.6
17.55.
or 17. The 17.88 is the 2 single
17.55.
beds.
But Miranda's always right, Bruce.
Well, we may have to look at. I think, yeah, I don't know, maybe 17.55.
It's called a 17.55.
Yeah.
I don't know why
17.
Jayco don't put their lengths on their vans.
Yeah.
Well, we can
Has
start
your
that
JB
trend.
got a length on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Yeah, and
Seven.
the new
Yours
one's
is
got
1710, wasn't it?
1710.
So it's a So you've got a JB van,
JB Gator X,
Gator X.
1710, single axle, full off-road.
Went well.
Excellent.
What would you change?
Nothing. I wouldn't change anything about it.
No.
Do you have a DRS?
Yes. Oh, sorry, we've got ATX suspension.
You've got the electric.
No, no.
No,
Do
we've got a caravan.
you got a caravan?
Yeah, we've got the caravan. That was awesome. No dust in the van.
And we even
Nothing.
use it when we're just doing simple road trips, even on the highway.
Just turn it on.
Just turn on it.
It's not going to do anything, is it?
stops at any dust getting.
No, because it's just powered off the van anyway, off the
Yeah.
battery. So we found that out when we were at Drupat Falls, was camping with those other people. The fella had one and he said, "Oh, we just put it on the tarred roads because we hadn't
well,
used it on the
yeah.
tarred roads.
Yeah.
Because it just keeps the van pressurised.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't get any dust in with the caravan. There were other people taping up windows and taping up doors and putting
Yeah.
cellophane over everything, and we didn't have to do a thing. All we had was the caravan.
It's a good investment if you're ordering a new van.
They're very expensive, aren't they? To buy, to put them in
Put
aftermarket.
in
2.5
after,
or
yeah. If you get
3,000.
them
Yeah,
when you order your van,
Yeah.
battery. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I can't. It was about
I don't-
2 grand,
yeah.
I think it was.
yeah. Because we've got an AllTerrain as well, and it doesn't have anything.
You haven't got the DRS? Oh, because you put one in the
I put one in the
last van.
in the cross track,
Yeah, that's right.
but I'm thinking of putting a caravan in.
Yeah.
Use my last $3,000 on a caravan rather than a GVM upgrade.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So Tracy, what do you think about this weight loss of Alice's? Not him, but the car. Or what do you think he should do? Honestly,
Wait a minute,
that's what you said yesterday.
we have talked about it. He doesn't want to get rid of the car because he's done so much to the car so far. and it's only got 80,000 kilometres on it. So I think his motto is to drive it into the ground, and that's it. Hey.
Yep.
With all the weight out of it, it should be
Oh,
okay.
honestly, travelling along the highway with the weight out of the car, you can't even feel the caravan behind the car.
Yeah.
You really notice, just driving around town, you notice how light the car is
Batteries
now.
as well, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I-
watch out for those wet corners.
Might
now.
have to get a big bag of sand to carry him.
Well, when he took one drawer out, the one that had all the
Heavy stuff.
heavy stuff in it, as soon as we drove, like we went to Bunnings, and you could tell the difference in the car straight away, like the feel of the car. And we almost had an accident.
Went too fast, did he?
It was fishtailing all over the place.
So
No.
will you put the back seat?
Quiet, we said we weren't going to talk about it.
When did we say that?
Just after it.
Oh, goodness me. If I hadn't have been in the car and screamed at him to stop, he would have slammed right up the backside of this other car. No word of a lie. He's not
That's the
Driving
hospital
around.
roundabout.
Oh,
driving around like this.
Mr. Magoo.
I was watching the cars coming from the right,
Yeah.
and there was nobody there, and this idiot in front of me had stopped.
But you've got to watch the people in front of
But even
you.
though
I know.
the idiot in front that might stop, if you're the one behind.
But let's say
Always
this
your
is
fault,
not the
isn't it?
first time it's happened.
Are you recording this, Alison?
And
Shall we nickname him Mr. Magoo?
and he has hit someone, haven't you?
Yeah.
On the way to work one day.
No, it was on the way home.
coming home.
On the way home.
Doing
That
the
was
same.
come out of Koala Street.
Tracy, did Alice ever tell you the time I lent him my car?
He didn't.
He smashed your car.
I know.
You brand new.
car.
My brand new Lexus. And I went, nah, you're kidding, are you? And he goes, no, I'm serious, I smashed your car. I went, that's really funny, Alistair.
Yeah, no.
And he goes, no, I'm serious.
So that's why he's sitting there and you're sitting there.
I've gotten over it, kind of.
Hence, like he does that. Like I don't like him driving my car because he's just. I don't know what he does.
All right, stop bagging Alistair now.
No, you've done a good job in your car.
Back to the van.
Oh,
back to the van.
Yeah.
So I was
So
watching.
So would you rather put a DRS in or me block all the vents up?
put a DRS in. No, I don't want you to block all the vents up.
Yeah, so put damn phone, who's that? That'll be Natalie, you watch.
We're just up here.
Yeah, but we were at some other place, Alistair and I, when we first got the van. We went camping. It was like a
Diamond
straight.
Was it Diamond Head?
No.
Might have been.
Got a full belly.
Kylie's, I think. I don't know, somewhere. Anyway, there was one that had got into hitting Alistair with his tail.
The rod.
Like,
Whacking the rod, yeah.
Whacking the rod, yeah. Alistair was trying to get him away. This poor girl was screaming though. Because it got in all the garbage.
Did you throw the advertising?
Yeah, I think you just smelt it.
Well, when I did the video of our inside of our van, I forgot to show you the bed. So we have our bed permanently out, and at the foot of the bed are these boxes that we dirty clothes, shoes, and underneath we have a washing machine, a little tiny washer, two bags. One has the doona in it that came with the van. The other one has spare sheets, pillowcases, and towels. So when we do a changeover, we just get the new ones out and put the other ones in for when we need to wash. A couple of other things. Under here is our gas heater, which was put in at the factory. And I just put a cage over it so I can then put other stuff on it for storage. Obviously when we're using the heater you can't leave that on there because it'll melt. And there's the power point up the back there for our hot water system to turn on and off when we're on 240.
Goes down under there, so you've got a flow.
So which way do the legs go? They go back this way, don't they?
Yes they do, so they'll have to go out in front of them.
Yeah, that's right.
There.
So, what are you guys up to?
Oh, well, I can't do much, but Alice is looking at my plumbing.
your plumbing.
My plumbing.
What's the go with the plumbing, Alistair?
Well, we're disconnecting the shower from. Well, first of all, we made some alterations on the road a couple months ago,
Up at Myers' place.
and what we did is we disconnected the grey water tank because the grey water tank was getting a really horrible pong in it.
Getting the black water in it.
It was turning into black water, yeah. Even though it was running through the grey water, the water was going in and then running straight out
Still
again.
had sediment in the bottom.
It was still getting a horrible smell.
Stupid setup of it.
So anyway, so what we did on the road was disconnect the grey water tank and we replumbed it. But the mistake we made, shower water, the mistake we made is running the shower into the sink, joining the sink onto here. So that means when you flush the sink, it came up the shower.
And that was the kitchen sink, not the bathroom
So
sink.
now we're disconnecting the shower from the sink lines and having a separate shower exit out the side.
Oh, that's probably
A bit like your van.
Yeah, so a bit like the van that we've got.
Miranda would still like down the track to still have it, if we can, divert it into the grey water tank in case we go to national
Yeah, that's
parks
exactly right.
down
yeah.
in the future. But that's, to me at the moment, that's not a priority.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we
the
can just
priority
make
is
provision
stopping
for that.
Yeah.
So I've just disconnected
Now some of these are loose. I actually did loosen those off too, Alex.
Careful
So
you
we've
don't.
taken out this elbow that joined the sink to the shower, and this T intersection, and we're putting in an elbow so that the sink goes to it.
Now
by
I've got
itself.
plenty of clamps.
And now we've got to run a new hose across for the shower,
Oh, good.
and that'll get us running.
Awesome.
Hello, someone else coming in?
So, how's it going, Al?
Yeah, good. I've done the tap to join the two sinks into the grey water tank, so we can turn that off and on.
Oh, cool.
And I've just got pulling this apart to make this a connector from one end, from the front sink into the tap.
Just getting some hot water because these are shockers.
So this irrigation pipe is a cheap alternative to this rubber stuff, and it unfortunately doesn't expand and contract very well.
Yeah, mine heated it up with a...
It won't pull off. So we've got to heat it up with some hot water and hopefully be able to yank it off there.
Yank it off.
So I'll just show you the tap that we've connected to the grey water tank, and there it is there. And that's where the front sink will come from, and the back sink will come into there. And so you can turn it on if you want to go to grey, or you just turn it off. Okay, so we've finished hooking the sinks up, and we've run our test. And I'll just show you what we've done. So that's the sink coming out of the bathroom, which goes along to a T intersection and flows out. And that's the sink from the kitchen. And under here it comes to the diverter to the grey water tank, and that goes all the way up to the front to the kitchen. So we can just turn this off mainly if we just want to run it out, or we'll turn that on, and then we're going to put a stop clock in here. Actually, it's going to be out there. We don't have the stop clock at the moment.
Well, you can get one off Paul's.
At the moment, we've taken off another van. At the moment, so we're just running it straight down, and it's working fine. We've put a breather in here, but unfortunately,
A bit of water's coming out.
a bit of water's coming out. So that's that. Now we're just going to run a hose from the shower straight across here, and down. Well, it's pack up day. Time to head home, and we've finished our 4-day stay in a powered site, just to check out other things, and everything seemed to work fine. Quite happy with the running on 240. The hot water system on 240 is just fantastic. We never actually, although I thought I ran out of water, I don't think we ever did. I tried to empty it last night in the shower and I couldn't. So we're having scrambled eggs this morning.
Yes, we're having scrambled eggs for breakfast today.
And how did you like cooking inside?
That's a stupid question. It's great. Other than having to stand out there in the boiling hot or the freezing cold and just, no, it's really good.
Yeah.
So much better. Yeah.
We cooked all the meat on the barbie though.
Yeah.
Pull out barbie, which was fantastic.
Just
Worked a
cooked
dream.
the veggies, yeah.
Yeah, veggies and stuff inside.
Yeah, so that was really good. And it was really good because if it's windy or hot, or you can just come inside and have your dinner and you know, worry about the flies.
And we tried out the air conditioner.
Yeah.
And it worked well. We just set it to 23.
It was really good, wasn't it?
And 23 seems to be the sweet spot. And cooled it down. Actually, you
I got cold.
No. Yesterday afternoon, you were cooking dinner in here.
Yeah.
Cooked dinner in here, and it got really hot in here. It got up to about 28, 30 degrees.
Yeah, it was really hot.
There wasn't much breeze, and the windows were open. So after she'd finished cooking, we turned the air conditioner on.
Otherwise, otherwise it gets too stuffy, and then it gets too hot. And...
Yeah, but we should have had it on while you were cooking.
Oh, no.
Anyway, we came in after we had eaten dinner outside under the tree, and it was beautiful.
It was. It only took 10, 15 minutes to cool down.
To cool the place down. So, yeah, I think the air conditioner is just awesome. Works on 240.
really, really well. Yeah.
And you love the fridge.
Oh.
The big fridge is just fantastic.
Yeah.
So, actually, it's not a bigger fridge. It's the standard fridge.
Is that just standard size?
That's a standard size fridge. We didn't get the bigger one.
No, because that would have been up. Oh,
yeah,
no.
I don't know that we can have the bigger one in a pop top.
I was going to say, how you couldn't have the bigger one in the pop top. There's no way.
Yeah, but anyway, that fridge is fantastic. It
got so much. I'm surprised the crispers go all the way back. They all go all the way back.
Yeah,
There's so much room in there.
It's fully usable because the I'll just show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a freezer up here. And down here, and it goes all the way back.
The crispers go all the way back.
Crisper, because the compressor is actually on top behind the freezer.
And there's so much room in there. I was so surprised how much you could actually fit in those crispers. Really. Fruit and veg.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. But unfortunately, we have to go home today.
Yeah. What else did we learn? Our 4-day sojourn.
I don't know, everything works really, really good. The shower's fantastic.
Yeah, the shower. Yeah, I love the shower. It's great for Tracy because she's a short ass, but my head's up here.
Yeah, but you've got a curtain that goes right round. So.
Yeah, but it's not. I have to use the handheld bit to wet my face and shoulders and neck.
Oh, I know.
But this is the new one-piece shower in the AllTerrains, which is fantastic. No chance of leakages. Yeah, the drain runs great.
Yeah. No,
that's one thing we found out.
Oh yeah, the sink wasn't working properly.
Well, it was. The sink was just when you had a full sink and you emptied it, it'd just be little splurts come up the shower.
Yeah.
So what we found is that it's an air pressure thing. Pulling the plug pushes air down the line in front of the water, and that air comes back up the shower line. And because the shower the shower drain goes down and then up before it runs out, there's a bit of a water trap.
It's like a big air bubble.
And the air bubble pushes that water trap back up the shower. It doesn't push it up, flood it, it just sort of burbles it. So we've fixed that by putting an extra air hole in the pipe for the shower.
Yeah.
I'll show you that in a second.
And that works fantastic.
Yeah, that worked well. So I thought when I built my manifold for the two drains that I put a breather in the middle, and I thought this breather would solve the problem of the getting air into the lines. But unfortunately, when the sink water flushes down here, it actually blocks off that breather and then forces air up here, which causes the shower to bubble. So the fix was to punch a hole in there. So now when the water runs down here, it actually surges up here about to here, and then all the air that it's forcing comes out this little hole, and so it stops it from gurgling up. So, and that's before it goes down the drain line. Unfortunately, it's not as neat as I had hoped. But yeah, I'm thinking sort of breather up here, and this is the sort of fitting that we want to put on the Bruce's caravan to get him so that it has the separation and the breather, and we're able to join it onto a single drain hose. So that brings us to the end of this episode, and I hope you learned something. If not, sorry. I've got a few mods I'm lined up over the next couple of weeks. I've got some things on order that I want to show you. I've done some studies on DRSs, and as far as I can tell, there are only two available: the Dometic DRS and the Caravan. Now, the Dometic needs to be at the front and has to go into the hole above the bed, but my wife doesn't want that. She wants to keep that skylight. So we need to look for something to go over the back vent. And Caravan looks like it's it. So I'll have to get up on the roof and measure it and make sure it'll fit. There's another little mod as well I'm going to do, which I'll show you when I do that. So stay safe and enjoy your holidays. Well, welcome to another adventure of...
Stop. It's missing your head, I think, a little bit. See? You need to just put it up.
Down a fraction.
No, it needs to go up a fraction.